Hey, good afternoon. Driving here, so I'm not going to look at the camera while I'm driving, so don't worry about that. I oftentimes like to talk when I'm driving, and I normally would call a family member, but my wife's taking a nap, and my brother and sister probably don't want to talk to me right now. So I'll talk to you guys. So a couple of days ago, I had posted about buying real estate here in 2023. And it's a very interesting market. You know, I think if somebody has a casual pulse on what's happening, I think you would probably see the news is telling us that we're on the verge of world war or a recession, or who knows, maybe we are. But our local real estate market in Fort Wayne is strong, especially I think for those first and second homes. For most people, we just don't have any inventory, and so in my opinion, still a good time to buy, obviously a great time to sell. So here's a couple tips for you if you're considering buying in 2023. Maybe you've never done this before. So this might be more applicable for a first-time home buyer, or just somebody who maybe didn't understand what was happening and kind of can go back and think through how things work. So the first step to real estate is going to be figuring out your budget. And once you have that number in mind, talking to a lender and making sure that you can, qualify for the mortgage you need, afford it, that kind of thing. So I work with a few great lenders here in Fort Wayne. I like to have a few options to pass along to people, each vary in rates and fees and personalities and all those things. So it's good to have a couple options to pick from. So that's always step number one. Can you afford a house? Should you afford a house, or should you be buying a house? So once you figure that out, step two would be to try to figure out some of your must-haves or deal breakers. So that would be where you desire, what locations you desire, what kind of school system you want to be in, what size house you want, what kind of lot do you have. And I normally tell people it's really, really hard to find all of, I guess I feel like I've come close to some people's wish list, but it's pretty hard to get everything that somebody would want at some point. So try to figure out what's like a must-have. And I feel like those are probably best for like location and price and size. Everything else you can kind of change or modify as your budget allows, and as you stay in the home and make improvements, that kind of thing. So figure that piece out. And then this is usually where I feel like you should be best served by a realtor, and maybe even step one would be that. But at this point, you kind of have an idea of price, you have an idea of what you're looking for. It's best to talk to somebody who has a pulse on the market, who knows neighborhoods, who understands what's happening in Fort Wayne, and those kind of things. So I'm obviously a realtor. I'd love to help you. Love to help buyers here in Fort Wayne this year. So if you have anybody, I'd love to help serve them. So that's your next bet. So now number 4 would be, once you have an agent and you have someone you're working with and you're looking at houses and you're touring the homes, if at some point you're going to have to make an offer, which is going to be putting your terms on paper. It's a legal agreement, and you're going to be presenting that to the seller, and hopefully they accept your offer. So a good agent is going to have all sorts of insight and information as part of this process. It's not really like a do-it-yourself kind of thing, but all sorts of terms can have all sorts of different implications, can have big financial implications as well. So it's really best to have somebody who knows what you're filling out and can advise you on that. So that's obviously where we would come in. So you negotiate the contract, hopefully you get it accepted. After that, there's going to be a set of due diligence items, and that's going to be step number 5, and that's going to be things like earnest money, getting your inspections ordered, getting your financing stuff sent over to the lender, working on your homeowner's insurance quote, getting all those things set so that you can move through the contract. And usually the first week or 2 is the most condensed of all that work. You're submitting your life away to the lender to make sure you're not laundering money, or I hope you're not doing that, but just to verify your income is good, your job's solid, you have a good clean file, that kind of thing. So the lender is working all that as things are going on. And after that, after you get through, the 2 big hurdles really are inspection and appraisal. After that, you're really set to close. And so you kind of get your utilities set, you get all those things organized, and you set up a time with the title company to facilitate that. They help get all the paperwork gathered from the lender, they help get your funds from you, they help kind of tie everything together at the very end and provide that closing experience. And so then step 7 really is, you've closed on the home, you've purchased a house, and I believe you're taking a great step into building wealth. It's not the only tool, but I think it's a great tool. So you have a secure home, no one can take it from you if you're making your payments, and life is good. So yeah, I'd love to help this year. Like I said, this market is very interesting. We're still seeing houses sell for above asking, and with with all sorts of creative terms in the contracts to make sure buyers are getting the homes they want and sellers are getting what they're asking for as far as terms. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I'd love to help you this year. If you have any questions about buying or selling real estate, it's obviously a great time to sell. There's just zero inventory. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but there's really nothing out there to purchase. So it's still a great seller's market. So we'd love to help. If you have any questions, I can't answer these live because I'm driving to a showing, but yeah, I'd love to help answer any questions you might have. So feel free to post it on here or let me know how I can help and how I can serve. All right. Have a great afternoon. We'll see you.